Hey guys, welcome back. Scott here with a new beer dissection video. What I have today from Greenport Brewing Company called their Facing East New England IPA. I'm sure I'll have a picture of it. It's this freaky looking octopus underneath a lighthouse, if you can't make that out. It is coming in at 7.3%. They say they're using Citra, Nectaron, and Simcoe. Never brewed with Nectaron. Obviously Citra and Simcoe I did. Simcoe a lot of times gives me this dankness, but we'll see when we open this up. Greenport Brewing Company is here on the North Shore of Long Island, far out east, just before you get to Orient Point where the ferries are. The breweries, I think they still may have the brewery in the actual town of Greenport, but I know in Peconic a little bit, I don't want to say 5-10 miles west of actual Greenport is where their newer brewery is. But anyway, I've had some good beers from them, and I'm here on Long Island myself, so I'm kind of used to seeing their beers around. So anyway, let's take a look at this one. So again, the beer dissection Facing East New England IPA from Greenport Brewing Company. Just using a typical tulip glass here, and that's it. So let's crack this bad boy open, see what it's all about. Okay, so remember with New England IPAs, I don't know the grist on this, but they are usually also known as hazies, juicies, that hazy opaqueness that you may see in the beer, other than the copious amounts of hops and sometimes dry hopping. A lot of these guys use oats, unmalted wheat with the proteins, and it adds to that opaqueness, haziness that you have, but I don't know what they're using specifically in this one. All right, so let's take a look at this. I didn't pour that aggressively, but we have about ½ inch of pretty white, dense head. I shouldn't even say that dense. It's actually quite, on one side of it looks like a, crema from a espresso, and the other side kind of looks like soda bubbles, pretty thin, so it doesn't look like it's gonna hold itself very well. I do have a beer clean glass here. And let's take a look at the color. That medium dark straw color, opaqueness, fluffy looking type of color that we typically see on these hazy juicies, but there's a good amount of haze there. All right, guys, so let's take a sniff of the aroma. Oh, there's citrus, orange. It's kind of that pithiness that you get, sometimes like the pith of an orange and or grapefruit. I wouldn't argue if someone thought they smelled a little more grapefruit on here, but it's kind of grapefruit, even some tropical fruit like mango. But there is that little bit of dankness that I get with Simcoe hops a lot, which at least from when I would homebrew with them. Overall smells very nice and refreshing. It's kind of citrus, orange, mango, but overall pretty nice. All right, guys, let me show you the color one more time, and let's cheers. Prost. Wow, very nice. We talk about the hops first, since it is a New England IPA. You still get that citrus, orange, tangerine, pithiness also. Bitterness is kind of low to moderate. Not that doesn't mean there's a lot of hops in it. It's just the fact that the bitterness is usually kind of low on these beers, these New England IPAs. West Coast IPAs, remember, are usually going to be a lot more pronounced bitterness to them. But very nice, though. Get some mango. I didn't mention the malt on the nose. It's pretty neutral. Flour or white bread. They're probably just using their Pilsner or two-row malt. But not too much malt character to it. This is going to be a dominant hop bomb, basically. They're pretty nice. There is a medium amount of carbonation. The body is kind of medium full. A little bit of creaminess on the aftertaste, which is kind of nice. And then you're left with that citrus. Probably come from the Citra And what other hop did they say that they were using that I'm not that familiar with? Nectaron, which I got to believe it's probably in the realm of Citra, nectarine-like, because we are kind of getting that orange pithiness, orange zest type quality to this with some, again, mango tropical fruit character too, but very nice. No alcoholic warmth. Again, the body is kind of medium full. There's a little chewiness to it that you get sometimes with some of these New England IPAs because of the opaqueness to it and just the overall juice effect that you get with these beers. Listen, I'm very pleasantly surprised with it, but I'm not surprised in the sense that Greenport's made a lot of other beers that I've enjoyed. If you go under, excuse me, beer dissection, look under Greenport, you'll see a bunch of their beers. There's a duck porter that is pretty popular out there. So anyway, guys, today's beer dissection, Facing East New England IPA. I gotta give it a good, I'm gonna say A-. As far as overall drinkability, enjoyability, and I'm gonna keep it A- as far as for the style, if I was comparing it to some of the big boys that produce these New England IPAs. Sometimes I've had it up to here with New England IPAs, but this is a good one to have laying around, especially if you're here on Long Island. Let me just take one last little swig of it, at least on camera. Again, it's not like there's a good amount of fruit there, but it's not like smacking you in the face, and it is more orange biased. So if you are looking for that, orange, tangerine, mango, that type of biased IPA, New England IPA, I would look for this beer. If you're looking for a grapefruit bomb, you probably have to look elsewhere. This one's more, again, it is citrus and orange and mango, but it's not like hitting you in the face with like kind of grapefruit, other than just being citrus. So anyway, guys, I would recommend it. So today's beer dissection, like I said, one last time, Facing East, New England IPA from Greenport Brewery, with the crazy octopus on side. I'd recommend it. Keep it around an A-. To the next beer dissection video, guys, have a great day. Take care.